Ladies love the skin.
Ow.
Bring it a little bit closer. The good skin, that is. That's why having a proper skincare routine is very important, and you need to feel Lateef. The process is so easy, just 4 steps. You got your daily face wash. That's going to clean your face up nice and right. You got your exfoliator scrub. That's going to open up your pores. You got your AM moisturizer with the SPM 20, which is going to protect you from the sun. You also got your PM moisturizer, which is going to make sure your skin is protected throughout the night. Tej has tons of reviews from dedicated customers across the world. I know I said a lot, but it's okay, because guess what? It comes with an instruction card to explain to you in detail what to do morning and night. And because Tej is a sponsor, they're offering my family 30% off along with a free gift. Just click that link that's in the description and feel the Tej.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Trigger Mike Show on the illustrious Lapeef Network. Hope you like that long commercial. I actually meant to play the short one. I was like, damn, it's still going? But that was excellent. I actually watched the whole thing. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. A lot of good knowledge from Sugar Curls and the Lapeef collaboration on that Assured Man Naturals. Make sure y'all get that Assured Man Naturals beard regimen. That is a big deal. I don't know why people are so reluctant to talk about it, but when I said I made a statement, people seem to be reluctant to believe it. That black men shouldn't be shaving every day, and that's actually pretty true if you understand the grade of hair that you have. It's very easy for you to make the end of your hair the way too sharp, and because it curls, it'll curl back into your skin, which is where those razor bumps come from. So those of y'all, my Navy people, my military people that had no shaved chits because the bottom of your neck or your face looked like a crunch bar, y'all already know what I'm talking about. And that also comes from not knowing how to shave properly. You have to shave in the direction the hair is going. Most people don't know that, right? So yeah, man, if you can grow a beard for any scenario. You can Rick Ross it if you're an entrepreneur or you have a job that doesn't care about such things. You can grow a professional looking beard like mine. This is a professional looking beard. All right. I've done plenty of interviews with this beard right here. That's why I keep the gray in it. I don't know why I grayed so early. Well, I do know now. I've been going to the doctor to get this VA disability stuff done for a year. I know a lot of stuff I didn't know this time last year. But welcome, man. Welcome to the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network. I'm gonna isolate maybe 1 or 2 hours to do this more often. I've been working like a dog, but I'm gonna get back in the swing of things because what I realized is something Lapeef said a long time ago. JR said it a long time ago. These shows don't gotta be 3-4 hours, man. I could get a good hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in with y'all and be done with it. And I can usually find that around lunchtime, after working all morning, doing what I need to do, sending my notes, working on projects, so on and so forth. And my meetings are becoming less frequent now, stemming out of the new year. So if you're just coming in, welcome to the Trigger Mike Show. Please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel the most. Getting the word out to people. I only got 12 likes, 20 people watching at this very moment. All right. Appreciate that. O'Shea says my mic sounds like a webcam mic. Oh, dang. You right. You are right. You are right. Let me go on my settings real quick. I took this computer to Taekwondo yesterday with me for my son, and I forgot to plug my mic back in. All right. Let me know if I sound any better. Do I sound any better? I should be all plugged up. O'Shea. Mic check. Pause. I sound any better? All right. Y'all keep coming in. Y'all keep coming through. Trigger Mike is live. Yes, it is me. This is a live broadcast. Y'all keep coming in. Hit that like button. We have 12 likes, 23 people watching. So right now, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. All right. I want to see that go up to 23. We got 23 people watching. I need 23 likes. If you're watching from your phone or whatever, if you can safely give me a nice little tap, please do so. And we appreciate you for everything that you do. And thank y'all for coming through. Shout out to the sponsor, Tish Hanley. Shout out to the sponsor, Assured Man Naturals. Look in the description down for links so you can get on your beard care and skincare regimens. As I always say, these are excellent things for men to partake in. All right. Self-care is actually a marker for better mental health. For those of y'all that did not know that. All right. Taking care of yourself better is good to keep your mental health in check. All right. So appreciate that. Y'all come through. Everybody responding to the messages I was sending out on Instagram a moment ago. But yeah, man. The topic for today, for those of y'all that don't know, is men helping with household chores. All right. Men helping with household chores. This is something that came up. I downloaded a video on this. And we're going to have different perspectives. We're going to tackle this from a few different perspectives. We're going to tackle this from the perspective of what men think they should be doing. Have times changed? Have men gotten away with too much, and the women have more of the household role, which is unfair? Is it perfectly fair? So I want to know. I want to know what y'all think about it. I want to know if y'all think that if men should wash dishes, vacuum, fold clothes. I want to know if some of y'all are already doing those things and people just need to shut the hell up and let y'all do y'all thing in your own household. All right. So I want to tackle this particular topic from many different angles. All right. So I'll start off with a question. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Men helping with household chores. Is it a yes or a no? Should men be helping with household chores? Chat, help me out. Should men be helping with household chores? What do you think? Read some of y'all responses here. Let's see what y'all got to say on this. I don't even know how to say this. 4B free says, yep. Put this chair up. Says, yep, we should be helping. Passport bro villain. What do you mean? What do you mean? It depends. You know what? No smoke. I understand it depends. I understand it depends. But what do y'all think? I want to know some of your cultural perspectives, some of the perspectives you may have developed over time in this developing world. I don't even want to say changing world. In this developing world, some people will make different types of concessions. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. Because I'm prior military, I know men who do more chores than their wife. Not because of her, because of them. They can't wait. They can't wait to do their chores. Like don't do my laundry. I do my own laundry. I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. I think we've had this conversation before in the past, and I've dropped the link, and I'll drop it again for those of y'all that want to come up and talk about this. But I can't wait on anybody to do my laundry. I like I'm very particular about my laundry. Once I actually learn how to do laundry, how whites are only supposed to be washed with whites. Give me a 1 in the chat if you somebody who's mature enough to know that whites stay white when you wash them with other whites. People say you're supposed to have 2 piles. I'm so particular with it. I have 3 piles. I have a 3 receptacle hamper. 3. Some people buy the 2 receptacle hamper. I buy the 3. I separate whites, lights, and darks. Not whites and darks. Whites, lights, and darks. That's how particular I am about my laundry. My wife never does my laundry unless she's like pulling towels or something. Let me tell you why she can never touch my laundry again. I'm very particular about my laundry. This lady went into a 4th hamper that we have, which is the dry cleaning hamper. Throw everything in there that you want dry cleaned. I think I put a polo shirt. All my polo shirts. I rock the nice polos, the big polo man. Y'all seen it. I got
I got so many polos, I couldn't even count them. This lady took like 6 of my polos and put them shits in the washing machine. Good God Almighty. She put them shits in the washing machine. Don't ever touch my damn polos again. From that day forth, she was trying to be a good wife. She was like, "Hey, I'm home." I think she was home for the day. I think she forgot that's the dry cleaning pile because she didn't have anything in there. She took everything out of there and put all that shit in the washing machine. Woo! All right. I couldn't deal. I couldn't deal with that. What's going on, Payne? Good day to you.
What's happening, man?
What's up? What's up? So my man
What's going
Passport
on?
Bro Villain says, if she coming out to help me with yard work, then I'll try the dishes. All right. That's a perspective. That's what we're talking about. All right. KLX Easy. He knows what's up. He or she. I don't know. Says whites, darks, and lights. Yes, whites, lights, and darks. Same thing. So we tracking. We on the same track with that. My mom, my own mother even had to ask me, because I think I learned that. I don't even know where I learned it. May have been the Navy, may have been somewhere else, or I may have just learned it from a person. My mom, when I came back from boot camp, it took me like 2 weeks to get an apartment. So I stayed with them, my parents, and I was washing. She said, "Goodness gracious, how do you get these whites this white?" Only wash them with whites, Mom. Don't put lights and whites together. Only wash them with whites. All right. And then you got to use OxyClean, not even detergent. OxyClean works better on whites than detergent does. But we're going to get Kasim in here. He laughing on this conversation. All right. What's going on, fellas? Good day to you. What do you got on the topic? We're just talking in general, men and household chores. I want your opening thoughts on that. Ashton, flash the cam real quick. Pause. Not flash, but you know what I mean. Got it. All right. Bet.
What's going on? Yeah, man.
My camera.
Yeah, what's going on, Ashton?
You doing IR Pain? Is my mic too loud, Trigger?
Nah, you good. You good for now. I'll let you know.
You doing all right, big dog Kasim?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Long time no see, fam.
Long time no see, big dog. Trigger Mike.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
All right.
I just want to say, according to the topic, man, I do believe in sharing in the chores at the house, right? I think that as a leader, it shows that you're not too good to do certain things. Like I'm always a big fan of like, you know what? I'd rather you see me do it first. So when I ask you to do something, there's not going to be any issue about that because you've already seen me do it. And I think it adds more to the unity and the balance and the leadership of the home. At least she sees you contributing to the household chores in some type of way that I think really builds your respect even more. Because even though you still are providing everything else, right, with the provision aspect, and then you're also delving into the quality and the way that the household is run and certain things in certain order. So I think it's a good thing for men to do certain chores.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
So,
balanced. That's a very balanced approach.
well, listen. I
Hey.
mean, I know somebody said it depends, right? I mean, if your wife is a stay-at-home wife, I would expect the house to be clean. But if you
Mhm.
have even with that, if you have like an office, a man cave, and all that, you should probably clean that yourself.
Mhm.
And then you could negotiate everything else. I wash my own clothes too. And when my kids got old enough, they washed their own clothes. I didn't put that on my wife because we had different
Mhm.
metrics, man. I washed my clothes based on how many clean drawers I had left, you know? That's it, man. So
Yeah.
she had her own metric. I did my own thing. But, as far as, this whole bullshit about men not cleaning around the house, that's just women projecting and gaslighting. Men have always, most men I know, it just comes from when men used to work 16 something hours a day and their wives didn't have to go to work. She was supposed to clean the goddamn house. But once you started putting women in the workforce, it only made sense that you had to take up some of the chores. And let me tell you, most men, I think, acquiesce. There were some chores they just wouldn't do, like maybe like washing the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
But you goddamn sure that she made you take out the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
agree,
So that
Art
was a
Pain.
deal. That's a deal most men struck. I'll take out the garbage. You wash the dishes. And even then, some men help dry the dishes and shit. And then once we got dishwashers, we bought them a dishwasher.
But
Go
Art
ahead,
Pain,
go
can I
ahead.
ask you this? Do you feel like it's okay for the man not to wash dishes as long as he go outside and cut that front and backyard. Cause that weed eater, Trigger Mike, you look like a good weed eater.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Huh?
I mean, most men do the yard anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most men do the yard anyway. That's not even a bargain.
Cause he don't do no yard work. He can stay in a penthouse. He fly out.
Yeah, we ain't,
He
we
fly
ain't
with them little
talking. We ain't
bushes.
talking about this dude. We
Wait a
ain't talking
minute.
about
Wait a
this
minute.
Steve.
Wait a
We ain't
minute.
gonna
Wait a
talk
minute.
about that.
Well, no, but look,
Yeah,
when I was growing up, I did grow up in a single family house where we had a house and we had an acre and a half of yard, and I had to go out there with a lawnmower and cut the grass. When
Yes.
my mom washed the clothes in the washing machine, we had a clothesline out back, and it was my job to take the clothes from the bag, walk outside the backyard, and she showed me how to hang those clothes on the clothes rack. She also
Nah,
showed
cause
me
say I ain't
how to
talking about
iron.
that. I ain't talking about you a kid. Cause man, you done had that argument about how you put the white with the white. I ain't even had an argument with you again. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but I'm
about
just
now.
saying,
You ain't weed eating
right?
no goddamn grass right now, Cassine.
No, I'm not. But
you're
I
taking the
I
elevator
can
up
I
to the
can
penthouse.
the point I'm trying to make is I can if I had to. A lot of those things that I had that I was taught as a child, I still do that. Every now and then I still iron my own clothes. I
Right.
still iron my shirts and my pants and things like that. Every now and then I do, wash the dishes or I'll mop the floor. That's just how I was raised growing up. So I'm not
But
afraid to do those things if I have to.
Cassine, answer this question for me. You bought a penthouse, so you won't have to cut that grass. Am I right?
Damn right.
No, I
Damn
bought this
right.
I bought this penthouse because it was a really good deal and I needed more space and it was
Nah,
I do it
nah,
now or it's now or never.
nah.
Hey,
That goes
hey,
He
back.
could have bought a
Christine,
3-story. He
hey,
could have bought a
Christine, do you
three-story
press the
house out
button?
there in Buffalo. Out there.
Hey, do you press
I
the
could
button or
have.
somebody else presses the button to the elevator? Do you
Yep.
press it or somebody else?
You ain't fooling me, Kasim. I know you.
He got one of them. He got one of them lofts from Mia Culpa from that movie.
That's so
It's
funny.
nice. It's nice.
He
I
got
said
he
this
got a
on the
Marcus. He got a Marcus
I
from
said this on the
Boomerang
panel
tattoo.
the other day. Like people say, well, why would you spend so much money? Like in Manhattan, I could sell this penthouse here in Manhattan and move anywhere else in the country and be Gucci for what I can get for this place compared to other places. Like if I were to sell this penthouse right here and take the money that I get and I would go to Atlanta, Georgia or Buckhead, man, I could have damn near castle out there.
Yeah.
But it's that's neither here or there, but I do think it's important for men to kind of share some responsibility in the chores around the house. I'm just old school like that, man.
All right.
I
Bet.
agree to Trigger. I ain't get my answer out. But me personally, I feel like it depends. But at the same time, like I'm a person, I like to wash my own laundry. Like I don't want my girl touching my drawers and shit. I got it. I even watch. I mean, I don't know if that. I don't call stuff like that chores. I mean, that's me personally. But at the same time, some stuff I like to get done, but I don't like to wash dishes. So if we can work that out, that's a good family to me.
All right.
Mm.
Bet. Let me read this super chat from my man's Big Ant with the $10 says, Trigger Mike, you can tell in boot camp who keeps the house clean and who doesn't. When someone has to teach you how to make a bed, come on now. You're not only is he 100% right about that. The only thing that I had to learn was the little nurse's corner thing. That was kind of woo. And I could theorize how to do it, but to do it with like like where you could pew bounce something off it. No,
Yeah.
that was it. But I definitely knew how to make my bed neatly, pull the covers, taunt, all of that. But doing those little nursing corner things that was hell. But I was also a Port Watch section leader. So boy, listen, I recommend all boys got to go through the boot camp experience for that. It
Hmm.
makes you smart because if I'm getting dropped for push-ups because y'all bed not made, ain't nobody pulling their covers out. I'm making all y'all bed and y'all sleeping on top of the goddamn covers. Put on your jacket if you cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that I ain't getting dropped for no more push-ups. So he's absolutely right. You can learn. Now, this is a question I got for y'all. This is a question I got for y'all. Oh, I see my boy David in the back. What's going on? All right, let me get this question.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Now,
I'm good. I'm good.
At what
Go
age
ahead.
should kids help with household chores? Let me tell you why I'm asking that question right there. I've noticed, and one of my criticisms for like the modern, I don't have any other way to describe them other than modern people, modern men, modern women, modern relationships, modern marriages. They don't really know how to solve some of these problems. I have literally watched a family friend who's a single mom complain about not getting, I'm sorry, she's not a single mom. She's not married to the dude that they're living with.
Mm.
I've heard her complain about him not helping with household chores, but she has a 7-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. I'm lost every time she does that. Like, do the kids help you? They're kids. Let them be kids. They should be out playing. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, I was like, yeah, we got a problem. So, just in general, what do y'all think? At what age should kids help with household chores? Feel free to give some personal
And
stories as well.
I thought age of 7. And we might say age of 7. I started at the age of 7. Talk about, you know how African parents they are. They raise their kid kind of early. By the time I turned 8, I can clean the kitchen, I could clean the bathroom, I could clean the living room. By the time I turned 9, I could cook a full course meal for the family.
Damn.
And we let our parents raise it that way because they believe that as children, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything, but you put the help out with the household. Because there'll be some time mom might be working a little longer to come out, she tired, she need to get help in certain things. Sometimes she cook a little specialty. If it's the basics of like cooking rice, cooking beans, that was fine. Until I went to Nigeria and I realized it's not what you think it is because I think a lot of kids
Is it
who
me or David lagging out?
not much
Yeah,
of
he lagging a little
anything
bit.
at all in the household to the point where they turn 17, 18. I'm lagging.
Yeah,
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 a
a
yeah.
little
little
I
bit.
thought
bit.
that was my
Can you hear me?
computer. All right. Yeah, you lagging just a little bit. Go out and come back in. See what happens.
Y'all be making
Oh,
me the
my
eyeball
my main
speaking on
PC is
stuff.
down. I'm using the laptop.
Okay.
I feel like they should
So
start doing
I'll be
chores as
honest,
soon as
you
they
need to
start
start
bigging.
early. Don't start late.
Damn. So right now on the
Stop begging.
poll, we got should men do household chores or should men be helping out with household chores? There's 90% of people say yes.
Hmm.
All right. That's pretty expected. But anybody else? At what age should kids start helping with household chores?
As soon as they could be useful, man.
Mm.
And that, that's early, man. I like I said, like my kids learned how to use the washing machine and dryer. They were like, man, they were a little older, over like maybe 8, 9. When I knew they could be safe with it. But other things around the house, clean up your room, put your toys away, that kind of stuff. You don't have to wait that long for them to do that. So this whole, like I said, this whole bullshit about men not helping around the house, I just think is women gaslighting and shit. I don't believe that the majority of men just watch squalor come around them and just want the woman to do it, especially if she's working. I think that's real. I think that's bullshit. I really do. I think it's always been bullshit.
I'm
Not,
I'm
not,
with
not
I'm with you on that. And what I will say, I think the complaint comes from a lot of the complaint is what they believe should be happening and what we should accept outright. But one of the things that I think a lot of men can relate to is that if I ask y'all, have you ever told your wife no to a reasonable request? Most men would be like, no. I've told her, hey, babe, can you go? I'm down here. I haven't done my reports. Can you bathe the kid? Yeah, I've never told my wife no to a
Hmm.
reasonable request. You see what I'm saying? Like, never. I've never done it. She's like, dang, I forgot to mop the floor and I'm got to take the kids to the event. Can you mop the floor before the dog starts tracking mud in here? I got you. Like, I've never said no to anything. So I really think that's most men. I really think
but
that's most
but in Trigger Mike in today's age, you gotta kind of say no to bathing the kids. You fuck around and end up on Steve Wilkos.
men. All right, we ain't fucking asking right now. We ain't fucking asking. But
No, but
Kasim,
yeah,
uh,
I
like,
would say for the age, I
I
would say
get
probably
your
say
point on
8
that.
or
I get your
9.
point on that.
Because I remember when we moved from we moved from Newark, New Jersey to Long Branch, New Jersey. This is when we had the single family home and stuff like that with the acre and a half yard. I think I was like 8 or 9. That's when I really started to do chores. And those chores again started out from, picking up stuff from the sidewalk, right? Or picking up the dead things from the grass. So when I got stronger and I got bigger around 10, that's when I started mowing the grass. And then after that, I started doing more things around the house, helping my mom out. And then once I got to a certain age, then I was able to get my own little job. My first job was a paper route. I delivered to Asbury Park Press as a paper boy. That's when I got my little monies where I was able to buy things. So I think probably around age 8 is when you can start getting them into chores and start building that level of responsibility and pride.
You know what? I gotta go. I think 8 is too late. They start
Really?
playing with toys
8?
immediately. And well, you know what? If you mean real chores, so
Yeah.
let's put into context what we mean. Like obviously, you ain't putting no 3-year-old on a lawnmower with them spinning blades. All right, we know
No.
that. So we know that. So you're
Shit.
talking about real
What
chores that
about
require a
washing
little bit of
dishes?
confidence and there are safety
Yes.
concerns. Yeah, because my daughter tried to wash the dishes by herself, and I yelled at her because there are knives in the sink. Like, yo, get
Yeah.
move. Right.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
if we're
but
talking about some of the
and that when I
dangerous
say
stuff,
8,
yes. When they have better motor skills, I'm with you. But what I realized, oh my goodness, y'all should have seen this. I had tripped. This was sometime last year. I came in the house. My wife is doing something. She cleaning. But the kids, you know how you clean the toys and they just bring them all right back out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stepped on something worse than a Lego. I stepped on a Paw Patrol figure with a little feet. And boy, you know when you like look, and then immediately I looked at all the toys on the floor, and they chilling. They're like chilling watching TV. I went off. I said, "Oh, okay. This is how we start the BS. Your toys are out. The game room is dirty, but you're chilling. Never again has that happened. No, all of your toys, like
um,
literally, you knew where to get them from, so you know where to put them back at. It's a bin. You don't even need to organize it. Just every time, like they will see me coming upstairs, and then you hear them whisper, "That's coming up. That's coming up. Put the toys." All of a sudden, you hear stuff.
but
You hear
Sugar
stuff
Mike,
getting.
but Sugar Mike, but let me
They
know Sugar
start
Mike. Hold
chucking
on,
stuff in the closet. So
but Sugar Mike,
they started that at 3 and 5. So you can definitely get them to some level of compliance early with that.
you're right. But
Them,
let me
them,
know
them,
Sugar Mike.
them little baby hands and them
We
little
came from
baby toys
African
be hurting the
family,
most.
but Sugar Mike, we came from African family. We know how it is when we were growing up. If you leave your toy on the floor and you're chilling, your parent don't have to tell. They give you that evil look, and you know right there and there. If you
Yeah.
don't move, if I remember I had that to me. My mom going that look, and I could swear I was gonna die that day.
Mm.
I know what that meant. You have to move. Don't let your dad give you that look. If that dad give you the look, and how can I save you? She'll turn her back on you. She'll be like, I ain't seen you. You am I wrong, Sugar
Dropping
Mike?
the link. Yeah, I was dropping the link in the chat for those of y'all that want to
We
come up.
cousin.
Absolutely, I
Our
understand what you're
parents are
saying, but
funny. They had a
the
way of letting you
professor
know.
says putting toys away should be the first chore. That is
Yes.
100%
They do that in
understand. They are
daycare.
playing
They
with
teach kids
toys.
in daycare to
Put
do
them
that.
shits away.
Yeah, but would you really consider that a chore,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So putting away it would be I just have a different again. I just have a different frame of reference when it comes to
Part of
chores.
responsibility for
Yeah.
little kids.
Yeah, that's why I said if we put it a little bit in the context. So think about it. I look at chores, especially that type of chore. If you're going to leave anything in a condition that it shouldn't be in, according to the house standards, doing it or rectifying it should be considered a chore.
Right.
If y'all always come home and start playing with toys, and the toys being on the floor is not the standard of the household, putting them away is absolutely a chore,
I don't
I
call
right?
it
would
a
So
chore. I
consider a
call it you have to be
chore
responsible.
something that benefits the entire household, right?
if I
I
if
think I think
I want to
I think
invite
the
you to this
chore.
house to step on one of them Paw Patrol figures, and then we'll have you
Okay,
step
give
on
him
one of
that.
them shits with your
No,
bare
no,
feet.
no, give him that. You have to give him that. You have to go. I step on a couple of Legos, and I almost cursed him Yoba.
You down there about to fly out the window stepping on them toys.
Bro, look. Can you imagine all of your body weight coming down on that? Whoo!
And the thing is,
Yeah.
not speaking English with your person, you're speaking your native language. I don't know it. That's no you really that triggered.
Dang.
No, but like
And I
I said,
have to
I just think that chores, chores in my frame of reference, it benefits the entire everybody in the household, right? Whether it's washing dishes or taking out the trash or doing things like that. I think that's what I would consider a chore. Your personal things, little toys, and that's something that doesn't really benefit the household because it's contained.
You got to give that one up, man. If those kids' toys are all around the whole goddamn house, putting those shits away benefits the whole house.
No.
Yeah,
Right,
this
but
son, you kidding me, man?
For clarity.
I agree with Kasim. That ain't no damn choice, nigga. That's goddamn.
It's a personal responsibility.
There you go. That was kind of
No, wait a minute.
I will say,
come on, man. You guys are crazy.
I will say this though.
No,
That's a kid's
I will
chore.
say this. So now my son is almost 5 and 6. That we've graduated to them cleaning and vacuuming every night.
Right.
Because sometimes I gotta let them eat their snacks upstairs
Every night, Trigger.
If I'm in the office doing work.
They got a vacuum every night.
All the way downstairs, playing in the kitchen. So I'll bring them upstairs. Let them have their snack in the game room.
You gotta answer his question, man. Every night.
Hold on, Trigger. You make them vacuum every night.
Anytime they play with those toys, they eat snacks, do homework, and all of that stuff in the game room. They absolutely.
Hey, watch this, thing. Watch this. Yeah, hey, y'all got Max laying down too. Trigger Mike.
Nah, no Max.
Oh boy, we gonna have a problem today. I gotta pick up the Max and vacuum. Oh no. Me and my dad, you get into it.
They pick it all up.
I don't know what it is.
And look, here's the funny thing, y'all. We assume children don't like these things. They fight over who gets the vacuum. They like the vacuum.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Anything mechanical they get to use. Oh yeah, I was on top of it. Yeah.
If they had to pick up them damn mess, they wouldn't be arguing over who vacuum.
They've interrupted some of my work meetings, turning on the damn vacuum. Like it's not time.
Yeah.
It's not time. 7 p.m. You can do that. Damn.
And you know how my mom used to utilize me because at that particular time we didn't have a vacuum cleaner. So what she would do is she would take the rug, because we had this huge rug. She would take the rug out to the lawn, to the clothesline, drape the rug over top of the clothesline, and give me like this little stick with a wide thing, and I would have to beat the rug because she know I like it. No, I was really good at baseball. So I would practice my swing, beating the rug, and it really helps. I enjoy doing that. I'm like, Mom, can I go beat the rug? She's like, yeah. And I would go out there. I'll be practicing my swing as I'm beating the rug. So I killed two birds with one stone. My swing got better, and her rug got clean.
Kasim be out there, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods.
What would you say the least popular chore? What chores don't men like to do? If you feel like, all right, you trying to play me now, you asking me to do this.
Cleaning the bathroom, and then my mama used to rub behind the toilet. Oh my God, and wipe that shit on my shirt.
What?
Yeah. I used to have, it would make it so bad. I used to use that bathroom. She used to make me clean the second bathroom, and I never be that shit pissed me off. And then she'll wipe her finger behind the commode, like the little bottom part, and wipe that shit on my shirt. I used to be so mad.
Damn it.
Oh, I didn't have that. I had the white glove test. When you walk the bathroom, my uncle used to wear the glove. It would happen in Nigeria, and you do that test to see if you wipe it clean. If the white glove get a little dirty, you gonna do it again all over again.
Damn.
Listen, I would have to agree with Ashley on this. I think cleaning the bathroom, man, for a male to be cleaning the bathroom, that's like you have to catch me in a really good mood in order for me to do that. 9 times out of 10, I'm not doing it.
Time out. Whenever it's a good mood to wash the bathroom as a man, be serious. Look, no.
I'm in better moods than some days. I'm in better moods than
you gotta be Christmas.
You gotta catch me in the window like that.
Listen, man, that's so funny. That's so funny.
In a good mood to clean the bathroom.
Yeah, man. Never in a good mood.
Sometimes I am, but it doesn't happen very, very often. I'd probably say in a year, I might have cleaned the bathroom maybe 2 or 3 times within a year's time. Maybe three, maybe.
See, what's funny? I clean my see, in my house, right? My wife, she has a bathroom she shares with my daughter, and I have a bathroom off the room. I clean that. She don't even like to use that bathroom because she's used to using the bigger one, right? So
Hmm.
she cleans that. I clean my own bathroom. I just do. She don't even
But
have to
that's the
do
men bathroom. That's
Trigger
the
Mike
men
look
bathroom.
disgusted. Bathroom 3 times.
Chick Buck said, "I never clean the bathroom." We don't do that.
Nah, man. I like as y'all are talking, I'm like, oh shit, I ain't shit. I haven't cleaned a bathroom
Oh
in this
shit!
house. We've been living in this house 3 years. I have not touched the bathroom one
You know
time.
why? You know why? The Lord know how you will feel because you be traumatized. You're like,
No, I've cleaned the bathroom when I was younger. I've had the my sister. So this is actually one of the discussions I had with my wife once. I'm like, I don't even want to do dishes. Don't ask me because I'm not good at it. Like I've never touched dishes in my life. I
Mm.
waste water. Like you see what I'm saying? I'm not even.
Mike,
Water be all
I
on your
didn't even
Mike,
shirt.
know you.
hold on,
Hold on.
time
I
out,
didn't even
Mike,
know you were supposed to make like a dishwater thing and turn the water off. The
Mike,
water will be
Mike,
running for 35 minutes straight.
Mike.
Oh, damn it.
Hold on, guys, hold on, Mike,
Yo,
Mike, hold on. You're my cousin. You never wash dishes.
I've no. My chores were always. I was vacuuming at one point, trash, of course, outdoors, everything. So we had a big ass yard when we moved into our first
Wait a
house.
minute.
My
So
younger brother never even did any of that.
your mom and your dad never like wash dishes at all?
She never made me watch
Nah,
this. No, I
I'm
had two
hating.
sisters though.
I'm hating
I
on your
had two
dad. I'm hating on
sisters,
your
not
mom.
one. It's like I
I'm
had
hating.
two sisters.
That's so unfair. This is my
Nah.
cousin. He don't wash
So
no dishes, and
no
I gotta watch this
dishes.
like a pro in my household.
Wait,
Nah.
did you have sisters though?
Yes.
Oh no, I didn't wash any dishes. I had every like for first off, no, this is the interesting part, and maybe we talk about this a little bit. In fact, no, let me play the video that I was gonna play
I'm
to
tight
give
right
a
now.
little bit of the context of what we about to talk about. Watch the
I
video
feel
real quick.
cheated.
Okay, she don't want to say nothing right now. Let me see if I can add that video. God
I
damn.
feel cheated. My cousin did not wash no dishes his entire life, and I'm forced to wash dishes. Oh hell no!
It's because it's a white lady. She don't want to say nothing.
Concerns that I see
Yeah.
from women is that they say, I don't get enough help from around the house. They feel like they're doing a million things and he's only sitting there on the couch and doing nothing. In my own experience, today, for instance, I turned to my husband and I said, I'm doing the laundry, I'm reorganizing the kitchen, I'm always cooking and cleaning, you can at least help me with the dishes. And he turned to me and he said, I just got done cleaning out the entire garage. I just got done cutting the yard. I just filled your gas tank. Did you notice any of those things? As women, we focus on our world only. We don't see the other side. We don't see that he is taking care of things that we don't even need to think about that's making our life easier.
Mm. Damn it.
So
Wow.
so now that was pretty, one-sided. She's making a case for men. But let me bring it back to the middle real quick. The one thing I think men shouldn't be doing is you really shouldn't be, unless you've done all your stuff before her, there should be a time where everybody's working in the house. And this is something I've heard from men of various generations, right? Because when you look at my Saturday chores, that's probably why I don't clean the bathroom ever. My wife makes our children spray every time they get out the bath. They gotta hit the spray, so none of the residue gets on the side. I clean the garage. I pay somebody to mow the grass now, so I can't even say I do that. But there's always
Uh,
something like home improvement that needs to be theorized. I wash both cars every week. I wash both cars and I have the children come out because they're the ones who dirty the damn car. The back seat looked like 7-Eleven had a hurricane back there. So, we wash both cars. I'm the one who looks to see if her tire pressure is low. You fill up both cars. Like, you see what I'm saying? When you really look at what you do in the house, then I'll go in the house and see what she needs help with. She's like, I didn't mop, I didn't vacuum. Can you get the kids to help down here, help up there, clean their room, make their bed, and I fold clothes. I fold clothes. It's something I actually like to do. I don't know why. Every time I look, I'm
You
watching
had to
TV.
kill me.
Nah, every time I'm watching TV, I go look for some laundry to fold. I feel like those two things go hand in hand. So I fold all the clothes. The kids' clothes, my clothes. I fold clothes because I'm always doing it. So she's never even had a chance
I'm
to
still
fold
married
clothes.
to you. I should have been to your house when you're younger and taught you to wash dishes.
So you didn't fold clothes though. I think you just said that. Did you fold clothes?
I had to at home, but when I'm grown, I just wash and dump them
Yeah.
on the extra bed.
Let's
Yeah, man,
take a
I don't
poll.
fold no damn clothes, man. I just let it sit
Exactly.
around.
So now everybody has one thing that they wouldn't do on the other. I don't wash dishes. I fucking suck at it. I will whine. I will whine like a bitch if you ask me to wash some goddamn dishes. I hate that
I
shit.
want to say I could have come to your
But
house.
on the other hand, though, Trigger. On the other hand, like the men that don't do certain stuff, y'all know how to goddamn build a whole goddamn deck. Y'all be adding a whole nother goddamn room to the house. Y'all, you ain't gotta wash no. Me personally, I feel like you ain't gotta wash no dishes if you know how to do a goddamn DIY project every goddamn Saturday morning.
Damn.
That was never
You don't do
never
that
my
stuff every day
case.
though, Ashton.
No.
I watch.
Fair.
Let me put it like this. I wash dishes, but sometimes I mean, too, I watch it like a professional. When I vacuum and clean the living room, I go to the extreme. Because, let me be honest, because I think when you're living in Nigeria and you're taught how to clean your environment and you're into the deep level of doing things, when you come over here, you have all these extra equipment. Maybe it might be OD or some kind of disorder. It had to be done the right way. So I end up cleaning the living room from time to time by myself. With me, I do the whole vacuum, move everything out of the way. We have hardwood floor, then I do the whole mopping, make everything thoroughly cut. My thing is, if you don't clean it properly, I will notice it. I
Well,
got
Kazeem, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Go ahead, David. Go ahead, David.
that I do wash dishes. I do clean the kitchen. I can clean the bathroom every once in a while, but I really do it these days. And I clean the living room. Laundry, I used to do it. Now I teach my kids how to do their own, and I supervise them. I try not to be a organized freak because when it comes to me cleaning, there's a system how it's supposed to be done. I remember when I was going out with my mom and my two sisters and my younger brother. We're living in close to downtown Brooklyn. I had to kick my whole family outside the apartment. I had to get the hell out on
Mm.
Saturday morning. I said, you're not allowed to come back to the house until after 2 o'clock. And when I do thorough cleaning, I have to show this how you clean a home. And I do it from the bathroom to the corridor to the living room to the kitchen. I wipe down the panel. I rearrange all the dishes and everything. When I'm done mopping everything, it's pick up and clean. I go to the bedroom and take a nap. And I let them know if you wake me up after all that, someone could get knocked out. So they get the memo.
Mm.
But after a while, I snap on my mom. I tell you, got two grown ass daughters who can even clean the kitchen better than I do. Who can I clean the living room better than I do? Now there's a problem. How you have grown ass females in this apartment and they can't do no cleaning in any type of form or fashion, and I'm way better than them in doing it.
Because you
Don't
have
you mess
pride
up?
in
Hey,
it.
hold on real quick. Ekene, come on cam real quick so I know it's you.
I know it might sound like pride, but the thing is, I came from a cultural background. I spent 7 years in Nigeria, and my uncle went to UK for school. When he did the white glove thing on me on the
Mhm.
dresser, if it's not clean,
So are
what's the
you trying to
problem?
say that I'm not going to be on like if you don't see me on camera, that means somebody's trolling in my camera? Is that what you're trying to say, Trigger Mike?
It's happened on every channel
It
before,
could
bro.
happen, man. Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
happens.
saying. That's
Okay.
exactly
It
what I'm saying.
happens.
So
Okay.
Kasim, I know how picky you are, and I know how neat freak. Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
So people already think we're scammers. You don't think somebody's gonna scam using your name?
Oh my God!
That was a good
Come
one,
on,
Trigger
I,
man.
Mike. That
Like,
was a
let's
good
I,
work
I,
push.
together,
You wrong
man.
for that. You
I,
wrong for that.
Gabadia just made it worse.
Trigger Mike,
You
I
know
seen
what?
you dressed
Gabadia,
like Ike last week on IG with the little fancy
Hold on.
Chinese shirts.
All right, let me ask this question once and for all because I know what everybody might say. In fact, I don't know. Let me see. Who's cleaner, men or women? Let me put this in the context. In fact, I'm gonna answer the damn question first.
Oh Lord.
If you go over to a woman's house and she has any sense, her house gonna be clean. But randomly look inside a woman's car. Oh my God.
Mm.
Oh my God. I keep my car in pristine condition.
No,
Most
her
men,
house.
I'm sorry, I know they love their car like a baby, but their apartment may not look like shit either. So I'm reluctant to say women are cleaner than men if the thing that you own that's outside for people to look in the window to see is dirty, but inside your house is clean. What do y'all think?
I
Um,
I think
I
men are
don't agree
cleaner.
to that.
I hate to say that men are far more cleaner than women in today's generation. Because I've been to a lot of women places, an apartment, or seen their car, or seen their cubicle. For some apparent reason, they don't have no survival skill how to keep themselves clean. Remember what I said? I could be an organized freak. So imagine what I said. I had to kick my mom, my brother, my two sister, and do a thorough cleaning, rearrange everything, move furniture by myself. We organize the
I don't know
whole
why
kitchen
you make this thing
cabinet and
so
then
hard,
some.
man.
You go to a one,
David,
you go to most.
David, you ain't supposed to be in that cubicle no way. You
All right,
looking.
I like
I do
this
to open up,
Oh
particular.
my
open up.
god.
I do IT, data support.
Oh
AL
my
says
I've
god.
been
both
in people
both of us.
cubicles.
Let me.
You
Oh,
ever see a
AL says
woman?
both of
Hold
us.
on. You ever see a
Is
woman cubicle? She had 20 pairs of shoes underneath her desk and have a dark bug underneath it.
You ain't
damn. This
supposed
is
to be
a good
you
freaking
ain't supposed to be
question.
looking through that stuff no way. You
No, no,
reaching.
no. I do data support level 2, level 3. If I'm doing window migration, I'm replacing your computer, and I could go underneath your table, and I see a bowl of all natural that been there for 2 weeks. That's mostly under a female desk.
You supposed to be replacing the computer and putting their
No,
stuff back.
no.
You
Hold on, hold on. After I don't think you get it. If I put a replace to a computer and the surrounding of your computer is that messy and that dirty, that's a health hazard. I'm not gonna be in that area trying to replace the computer and you have all type of trash. I've been to another woman desk. She had 20 pair of shoes on her desk, and I saw a thick fog. I couldn't even go near that thing. This is a banking firm, mind you. You cannot tell me that thing.
Uh,
We put out a memo the next day. The cleaner when we get to everybody that put a sanitary wipe said they had to clean their cubicle first before we replace their computers. So don't
oh,
tell
if
me
you made
that.
a complaint about it, about my bad, David.
what
That was about
Hey,
my overstep.
what
let
is
me
that?
say this because I don't know. I really don't know. I struggle to make a determination about who's cleaner, who's neater. But let me tell you the two things that have skewed my understanding of how clean I thought women were.
The bathroom.
The car, our cars are way cleaner than their cars. That's without saying. But it's because of how we feel about our cars.
Mm.
The woman's bathroom. Oh my God. When I was teaching nights, this happened twice. Women actually have a lot of medical emergencies in the bathroom,
Please
and
don't, please don't join me.
they ran, and I was the first classroom. Sir, she's passed out in the bathroom. I was like, damn, first time ever going to a woman's bathroom in my life. Ever in my life. That
It look like the
was
Saw movie trap in there.
dog. Murder scene disgusting. And she was passed out in the damn
Stall?
enclosure in the store.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So even like put my wake up, like I was like, oh shit, you fell right here. Oh, this is bad. Next to the little, they have like little receptacles where they can drop sanitary napkins, tampons, and all that stuff. They all missed that shit and just dropped them on the floor. They just missed it. It wasn't even full. They just decided to be like, man, fuck this. I don't need this. Right here's fine. That changed my outlook. So, but that's neither here nor there, man. Let's we're gonna get the last thoughts on this
You
particular
forget the
topic.
closet. You forget the
And then
closet.
I have another unrelated topic that I want to talk about. That's something that's just been on my mind about college
Mike,
and
you
some of
forget
the
the
things.
closet. Check a woman closet and see that place is organized. It'd be like a damn
But
store.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Is it because they have a lot more? Their clothes have less like form than ours do.
No,
Right? My
they
suit
just buy
jacket
too much. No, they
goes on
just
a
buy
hanger.
way too much stuff they don't need, and they're just dumping in there. That's the problem.
All right.
I
Let's try
think
to
I would
stay on.
just say to add
Okay,
my little
he shakes
perspective.
his head. He's what I'm talking about. The woman closet, they buy stuff that they haven't wear in years. Oh, I might need that. Oh, I need to get this. By the time you
But
go to
make
their
you do
closet, like,
spring cleaning
wow.
every year.
I would just
All right.
say I would say it's a 50-50 thing. I think when I was, dating out there, that was one of my vetting tools because I knew what I had to offer, right? Somebody that wanted to come into my life and stuff like that. So I was really particular about the first of all the cleanliness and the personal hygiene. And my girl, she won out over everybody, right? Whenever I would go to her house, it would be consistently clean. I would go to the bathroom and stuff like that. I would purposely, check the cabinets and stuff like that, and everything would be neat and in order, right? We would do our cooking together in her kitchen, and I would like open up just random cat looking for stuff, and everything was always neat. And then once I figured out, like, okay, she's a neat person, she's going to be able to maintain neatness with what I have. That was one of the big check marks, and for having her to hit to win the prize, shall we say?
Cause
Mm.
seeing cause seeing you petty. I thought you just had OCD. You going through her cabinets and bathroom
Yes, son,
mirrors.
that's cute.
You petty, cause see.
I'm sorry. He's
Ashton,
not petty.
do you not think when she came over my house, do you not
No,
think she was doing the
Anton,
same thing to me?
Yeah,
Anton,
but
no,
that's the women, cause see you know they gonna do it.
no,
But
Anton.
Right.
I done see I done
He's
heard you
not.
do
He's
some
no,
outlandish stuff, cause see, and I tried to.
no.
All right,
He's
we're gonna
OG.
close this topic out. So for everybody, we're gonna start with Payne. I need 3 household chores that you believe are solely in your perfect scenario. What are 3 household chores that should be for the man only, or that you would want to take on by
Uh-oh.
yourself, and 3 that you believe your woman should take on by
Uh-oh.
herself,
Household chores.
Uh-oh.
or chores?
Well, no,
Uh-oh.
listen.
Yeah.
I believe that you should clean your own spaces. Like in my house, I have my own spaces. My wife feel like my office. That's my space to clean. I have like my little man cave. I actually named the shit the man cave and shit. So on my TV it says in the man cave. When I look at it on the thing, so I clean that. She could come in and watch a movie with me once in a while, but I clean that. The exercise room. I clean the rooms that I use, and yeah, some of the other stuff we share. Like I mean, the she washes the dishes, but I cook. I cook the Sunday dinners. We have Sunday meals for the most part around the table. I get everybody around. I make those meals. My wife is still working, and she works late on Thursdays, so I cook meals for her. So when she comes home, she'll have something to eat. Uh, so I mean, I do shit like that. So we share cooking, right? But the grill, she never touches the grill. That's all me. The smoker, the grill, I do all that stuff. So, and I'm the pretty much the sole provider. Her job is just a little bit of pocket money, so she don't have to ask me for none. But we've always divided shit around. That's why I think it's all bullshit when they say men don't do anything. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I'm gonna do stuff. So to answer your question, I clean the chores I do is clean up my own spaces for the most part. And if I see shit around the house everywhere else, I don't wait for her to pick it up or clean it. I'll do that shit. If I have to sweep the floor and do, so I don't know how to say what should be only for a man to do. I mean, I would say like some people say like the cars. My wife drives a car all the time. But I don't always go out there and fill her gas tank and shit like that. If I'm going, who the fuck? She's got to know how to put air in the tire, change it. She knows got to go to the gas station. I don't need to take that shit away from her. She's gonna have to be. If I'm not around, what the hell she gonna do? Ask somebody to do it? So
They will.
well, all I'm just trying to say, I'm
They
trying to
willing.
answer the question. I hear you. I'm not really answering the question because I don't think there should be a chore that should be only for a man and only for a woman. That's really my answer. Except maybe the
Mhm.
dishes. Except maybe the dishes. You
I
know?
would say to that question, I would say the 3 things would be structural maintenance,
Okay.
transportation, and then landscaping. I think
Mm.
those are the 3 things
I
that
hear
really
you.
solidify the things that men could do. Structural maintenance, fixing things around the house, transportation, washing the car, making sure the oil is changed and things like that. And then the landscaping, whether it's, pruning this or cutting that. I think those 3 pillars should be what men do.
I forgot
As
about the
far as with,
landscape. I
yeah, as
forgot.
far as with the women, I think it should have to do with, nutrition, whether it's getting the food, preparing the food, washing the dishes, making sure everything is okay. Also, when it comes to the clothing aspect, whether it's washing the clothes, drying the clothes, folding the clothes, and then the inner household maintenance, making sure the
Yeah,
floors are clean, that everything is swept and mopped, making sure the closets are neat and in order. So that's how I would regulate those
So,
chores.
so Cassine, one quick question: the white
okay.
women
Yes.
they cut the grass.
You
Would,
coming home early?
would that blow your mind? Would she get an extra allowance
No.
if you got
All right.
that?
All right. So yeah. All right.
No.
So I'll be here. All right. I'll see you later. Yeah. Bye.
People
I would
having
have to agree
personal
with Kat.
conversations with them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would have to agree with Katim. Mine might be the thing with him, but when concerning to cleaning the living room, I don't know. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I think sometimes women don't know how to clean the living room as good as some guy does. Like I said, I've had that opinion before from ex-girlfriend. I had to show them how to clean their own place with the living in their family. And I had one incident whereby, you're not gonna believe this. My ex-girlfriend mom was asking me if my mom can exchange her daughter for me.
And
I,
what
believe,
did
I
you
believe
say?
it.
And what did you say?
I'm not sure that'd be a good idea.
you know
No.
what? The
Because
only thing I'll
I
say
looked
to
on the
that,
side and I saw my ex girlfriend staring a hole behind my head. I was like, okay, I'm fucked.
the only thing I'll say to that is that the advent of the robot vacuum, when those things aren't working in the vacuum in general, if you ask most people, men or women alike, to sweep, most people don't know how to sweep nothing properly.
Facts.
Mm.
Most people cannot sweep. Oh my
Facts.
goodness. I have seen men do it terrible. I've seen women do it terrible. Like, y'all can't sweep. God damn. Just give me the damn
But,
broom, man. All
but,
this
but
dust.
sweeping, but
Was
sweeping
it
so
was it was it the
1800s.
technique? No, Mike. But was it the technique how they was holding the broom that was raggedy,
Every
or was it just in general
everything.
how they used it?
Everything.
So technique is one, and not even
Hmm.
knowing where dirt exists is two.
Oh,
Bingo.
okay,
So
okay.
it's like you just went to you swept the middle of the floor. You didn't move no furniture.
Bingo.
Oh,
You don't think dust gets under the credenza? You don't think
Like I said
there's
before,
nothing to
I had
sweep
to
under the
move
TV
furniture
stand,
around.
under the
okay.
couch?
Got it now. Now it makes
But
sense. I got it.
I gotta agree with the women and kids. Sweeping is so 1800s.
No, you got to look. The robot vacuum don't get everything. Now. It don't get
No.
everything. First off, if you don't know to sweep or you know what? Another thing is nobody dusts anymore. Nobody
No.
dusts.
Oh, I
Nobody
dust.
dusts.
I dust.
I was
I'm
like, I
sorry.
dust too. I dust too. Yeah.
No, I have to dust. I got sinus issues, which means, and
First off, the
I
first
gotta
time
pure.
I ever had to change, because you can forget to dust. And like right here, we have really high ceilings in this house. That was one of the things. Like, ooh, look at the
How you
ceiling,
get up
man.
there, Trigger?
Ladder. I had to
The
buy 2
ladder.
ladders from Lowe's.
You ever
Yeah.
fell off? You ever fell off,
No,
Trigger?
not yet. Not yet. I'm breaking something. I fall off of that shit.
Yeah.
But first time I ever like, oh damn, I forgot to dust this. You run your finger down that mother. You like, oh my goodness. That is one thing that'll let you know that your cleaning isn't up to par. If you're looking at the way your house look in some of those
But
Yeah.
conditions.
to go back, you in Texas, right?
Yep.
You don't have an air purifier in your room?
Not anymore. Not
I'm so
since my
tired of
kids.
people with them air purifiers in Texas.
I have one here, and it keep the environment almost dust free to a certain degree. But like
Mm.
I said, I have allergies issues, sinus issues. I'm not playing around with dust.
Oh, okay.
And this thing run
Damn.
like for
Trigger, I gotta go. It was nice seeing y'all again. I'll be back next time.
good seeing you,
No doubt, no
Anton.
All
doubt.
right, man. Be good.
All right, let's
Amen.
get Trey Ferg in on this. Trey Ferg, we want to know what are
Uh-oh.
3 household chores that you believe are specifically for men to do, and 3 that you think women should do solely.
I'm listening.
Me,
Yep.
Yes, you.
I mean, I like these practical questions. Similar to our pain, like my wife, she don't get to touch the grill. Like I'm the outside guy, she the inside person. All things inside, she'll pretty much take care of. I don't like her to touch my clothes though. I wash my own clothes.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
I don't
Mhm.
throw all of my clothes in the dryer. I like to hang stuff up and let it air dry. It just makes it last longer. But she'll cook all the meals. Only thing I gotta do is take it out what I want to eat, like take it out of the deep freeze or whatever. And you know, I'm a hands-on guy, so I like messing with the cars. I'm gonna make sure everything is good with the cars, you know. But she'll come out and help me wash her car. But other than that, I'm doing all the I like to be outside, so I'm shopping. Like she very seldom goes outside for real. I'm shopping because I like to shop. They give me a chance to shop.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, she can't touch nothing outside. She can't cut the grass. She can't shovel the snow. She can't do none of that. But as far as inside, she's cleaning. I'm sitting back with my feet up. I'm serious. She might like washing dishes or something like that. Like if I use a bowl or something, she just wash dishes. I'll go ahead and wash my bowl out and stuff like that. So I'm sort of OCD and stuff. Yeah, but she makes up the bed when I get out of it. Whatever time I get out, she'll make it up. Yeah,
Mhm.
like bathrooms. She's big on bathrooms, like me. And I heard what's that, Kasim talking about, you know, going and checking cabinets and all that. Hey, I was like that too. And the
Yeah.
big thing to me was if your refrigerator was in disarray, yeah, your time was limited with me. If I went in there and yeah, you had old dried up foods and stuff like that, and you didn't have your forks and knives in their appropriate places. That was I mean, you was out of order sometimes. Well, most of the time, and I just couldn't deal with it. But I got lucky, I guess. So
But that's an African thing. That was what we were forced to do. Am I right, talking about everything got to be in order? Fork got to be one place. The spoon got to be one place. We put things away. And if you didn't do it properly among our parents, I get my ass whooped a couple of times. So it is what it is.
No, but
Like
I totally agree with you, Trey, because the same way I was looking in my girlfriend's closets and cabinets and things like that. She was doing the same for me. And then she was like, "Ooh, I'm so glad that you're not a mess. I'm so glad
yeah,
that you have a little bit of order and a little bit of neatness." And I'm like, "Hey, I said the same thing, about
yeah,
you." And that was one of the things
That
where I knew that, okay, we're going to be
that
really,
was
really
both. That
compatible
was
because
both
we
funny.
have the same mindset of some order of cleanliness and
yeah.
order and structure.
That's what drew her to me. Like she came over and she was like, everything is all arranged in order because I'm OCD like that. I'll
Mm.
mop, like I got one of those big Ranger mop buckets, the kind you can put all your pressure on.
Ranger mop.
We got
Yeah.
God damn.
in my basement, we got what is it, the laminate floor. Anything with laminate, hardwood or whatever, it's a mop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me ask
Um,
y'all real quick. So a lot of people will say hire a housekeeper. We have a housekeeping team that comes once, maybe twice a month if we're having company. They are good for a very good deep clean, like
Hmm.
scrub. They are very good for a deep clean, and I actually haven't dusted since they started coming years ago. But so because there's nothing to dust in between the time they come. Rarely is there anything. But some people, or some men and women alike, think that housekeeper. How often do you think a housekeeper should come? Because that's not in most people's budget.
no.
It's
I would
not
say
in most people's budget.
once a month. I do have I ain't gonna sound all bougie, and I know people gonna clip
Yeah.
this daggone. But yeah, I got one. Once once a month, there's a woman that we hired, and she comes and she takes care of the entire both floors because it can be a lot. And we just well not we she mainly just like maintains it. Right to a certain level, to a certain standard. Now, if we know, like, actually, she's supposed to come like on Saturday to do a complete cleaning of both upstairs and downstairs. So we'll pretty much maintain that. But I think maybe like a week before that the cleaning lady comes, she will slack up on some stuff, knowing like, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna take care of it this time because the cleaning lady's coming on Saturday. But if you can afford it, I would probably say once a month is really good for nice overall deep cleaning.
Yes, deep cleaning. That's what it's called. The professor. That's what my wife calls it. And ours comes once a month as well. The professor says I have a housekeeper that comes every day except Sunday But remember, I live in the Philippines. This is very interesting because a lot of men living abroad have actually said the same exact thing. They
do.
either have one come several times a week, and it is cheap, and it's in their budget that they're making from their American remote job. They can fit that into the budget. So it must be very affordable in those areas. I think a dude that was living in Bali, that's what, in Indonesia, reporting in
Bali,
Thailand and Bali, those two dudes that I follow said they have a housekeeper come several times a week. I mean, look, live your life, calls it lazy. This sound like a woman would do the same thing. I don't know what you talk about. I know women that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Women is different. They had the special one that come in. There'll be a muscle bound dude with his shirt off.
Who allowing that? I know no Hercules better not come in this daggone. What? He going right out that window right there. or these, one of these back here, or one of these over here. He going up. Yo, fam, pick a window.
Don't go on a business trip for too long. And you feel kind of bored. It's like, let me get some house clean. Let me enjoy the show.
No, but I can't really see a house cleaner coming like every day. I could see like maybe I could see once a week, right? But not every day. There's got to be a little bit of maintenance that you have to do for yourself, right? Picking up behind yourself, unless you have either the windows open all the time and you have all the air and stuff coming in. But I don't think there's really a need for a house cleaner to come in like every day. I mean, like, what are you doing to have a person to come in to clean like every day? Like every day. Are you having mud wrestling in your house? You having what what are you doing that you need somebody to come like every day? So that's just my point.
I'm like Trace. I might be OCD to the extreme level because when me come to cleaning, and I had to blame my uncle for that. I'm systematic. Come to clean. I start from the living room, go to the kitchen. I tear that one down, go to the hallway. Like I said, if I kick my mom, my brother, my sister out to do that type of thorough clean on my own, it's more therapeutic to me. It allows me to get whatever stress load I've been having my take down. When I'm done, I just go straight to the bedroom. Everybody know, don't wake me. If you wake me, I'm going to knock you out. Plain simple. Don't bug me when I'm out. That's just me. I don't believe in having a cleaner to clean my place. But even though there's a stigma because our background, it's normal to have a housekeeper to clean your home when you're in Nigeria. And I never feel comfortable about doing that. Because when I was with my
comfortable in what way? Comfortable cleaning the house, or comfortable having someone to clean it for you?
Comfortable to have like a house cleaner kind of thing. Because I was stigmatized when I saw that when I was growing up in Nigeria, and I was like, I don't want to have no house. I want to do it myself. That's just me. And it feel I haven't overcome that part of it because there was a time that they were almost doing me the same kind of way because I was doing most of the heavy manual labor. And even though they were doing me that way, I took advantage of the way of getting myself strong, and I got strong overnight doing that thing to the point where it kind of like I was the kid in high school with too much muscles on them. So I was too overgrown. So even though I didn't take it as a big deal, but the idea of people picking their niece and nephew from the village to be their housekeeper, I'm not comfortable yet of having a house coming in over to clean my home. If I have a house, I would do it my goddamn self. I'll spend the whole entire Saturday cleaning from top to bottom. It's what it is. That just made me
but let me ask you this though. Since if you were to do that and you're in the way of hiring a house cleaner, that'll be the perfect opportunity for you to coach that housekeeper your exact expectations. I mean, you can like when we hired this, we went through like three different women, and we finally found one. And it took us maybe like 4 hours to tell her exactly what we wanted and exactly what the expectation was. That we had a particular checklist. We walked her around, and she was pointing out every single corner. You got to do this over here. You got to do this over here. You got to do this. And the lady was like, yes. And we gave her a trial, and she did exactly as we instructed her to do it. Not only just once, but she has done it consecutively now for the past 2 years. So I think you have an opportunity to hire somebody, and you can train them exactly with what areas you want and what standards that you want.
Hey, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. If he's a lot of the people I know that live abroad work remote from here. All right. So they work a remote job that's based in the US. If I'm paying our housekeeper for the deep clean, because it's like 3 of them that come. We call them the Mexican ninjas. They are like, yo, in 2 hours, you will smell the pine sol. Like my desk right here, I'll be like, God damn, they'll get the crevices in the computer like 2 hours.
That's nice, man.
Everything gone, every tub, bleach down, everything. But I paid him $200 to do that. If he can get somebody to do all of that, come through every day, do the shopping, cook for $300, I'm doing that. I'm sorry, that's very reasonable.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing.
Many people won't say no.
The cost.
Wait a minute, Mike. Wait a minute. $300 a month for somebody to come every day.
So the professor in the chat saying for $300 a month. I don't know if he lives in the Philippines. I don't know if he works from here. I'm just saying that I know a lot of people that live Philippines, Thailand,
It's
Bali,
cheaper there.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
You can get that service, but this is the reason I would do it. Cleaning takes a lot of time, especially folding. I got a lot of clothes.
Yes.
If I can get my time back, we all know, especially as money-making men, that is something. If I could get my time back, because right now I'm trying to lose weight, right?
Mhm.
That will help me. Like I'm usually fatigued from having to do the I don't like living in dirt. So I'm fatigued by the time I'm done folding the clothes and washing them and carrying that stuff around. And now my wife need help with this. She need help with that. By the time it's time to work out, I'm like, man, but I'll do that tomorrow. So if I can get my
Tomorrow
time
never
back,
comes.
yeah, if I can get my time back, I would absolutely pay for that.
Now you see what I said. The reason why I like to do it myself, because if I have my own house, I'm not gonna be so late to buy the lawnmower you can sit down and drive. I already don't want to make me walking. That like you get that little exercise of it. I'm a workaholic. It's kind of hard to turn that side of me off, and I could be a little bit OCD when it comes to cleaning. That's one of my biggest problems because if I'm coming to cleaning, if I don't want to clean with me and can do a proper job, I said, do me a favor. You. Yeah, just appear. Don't come back until 2 p.m. I don't want to see nobody in my way. Period. And I did that with my mom and my siblings. My mom know not to bug me when I'm not. And the thing is, I have aunts who come over and like, who cleaned this place? And I hear them when I'm sleeping. And I'm like, I thought they know when I'm sleeping, do not make noise in my head.
All
And
right,
one day
y'all.
I did got up and I almost snapped. I said, why are you trying to wake me up? I'm tired. I did. Oh, I'm about to do it. I said, okay, good. I'll go back to the bedroom. And my aunt was like, why he? No, you see what he did right here? He earned that right to count the, and that was it. I'm a little OCD with that type of thing. I got it from my uncle in Nigeria. He did the white glove test on me, and I'm still traumatized to this day.
So Miles, weight loss
Damn
is
it.
even what's important. It's also staying healthy. Like I gotta stay active. Like I'm having like a bunch of back issues, and every time the VA is asking me, I'm like, I know if I used to have a very like I've always been very solid. Whenever and I know my back issues are a byproduct of my weak core. When my core strength was high, I had no back issues. Now I don't have a weak core, and I don't work on my upper body a lot. So I know it's not even just about weight loss for me. It's just about being healthy and getting that, strength back to support the weight that I did put on. I'm gonna switch gears here.
What I showed you, right?
Oh,
For back pain, muscle pain, arthritis. This is herbal medicine. I've been taking it for a while, and
I need
lately
to look
I've
at
been all
that.
over the place.
Yep, Miles, correct with that. All right, let me switch gears here. There's something that just popped up. I was reading while I was formulating this topic that I think it speaks to something I've said, but I'm gonna read the article. This says that a growing number of colleges are rolling out no loan policies. They are giving them out like candy, a Yale professor says. All right, other key points. Amid the college affordability crisis, several schools are eliminating education debt from the outset. Roughly 24 colleges and universities now have no loan policies, which means they will meet 100% of an undergraduate's need for financial aid with grants rather than student loans, according to the Princeton Review. All right, that's from CNBC. All right, so what do y'all think about that? So remember, we've had these discussions about
It's
if
about
college is still necessary,
it's
should
about
people be
time.
going to college, so on and so forth. What do you think this move is about? No
It's about
loan,
time.
meaning you can't take no loans They don't want students taking any loans out to go to their college. What do you think?
That's fantastic. So that means that the competition just has got elevated because they can't
Mhm.
give that to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's not forget, New York State is one of the states that allow you, whereby you can get a 2-year degree or 4-year degree and not pay for as long you work here for 2 years or 4 years. All courtesy of Bernie Sanders' idea. But the problem is, I forgot that senator she mentioned back in the days, the tuition fee used to be so cheap back then. But now it's just going out of hand. Who want to go to college and be in debt? You check it out,
Mm.
20,000, 40,000, 60,000, $100,000 worth of student loan. And how long will it take you to pay it off?
Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about getting rid of that. So yeah, it's a
So
good
they,
idea.
you know why people don't want to come
So
to
can I
get
give
for
y'all
that
my
more?
2 thoughts?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It is definitely what Payne said. If they're going to be giving out grants and scholarships, they're closing the expansion, meaning they're going to be far more selective. And then, do you think this is also related to the affirmative action admissions thing that they had last year?
Yes. They're trying to find like the counterweight or the counterbalance to that to make it just as accessible to anyone now. Now it doesn't matter, who you are, what race you are. Now it's really, I think that'll be really about academics, right? And what
It
type
should
of
be.
what type of benefit that person that they get on can impart to the world, right? And for them to make those achievements to mankind and also be associated with that college or that university is huge, and that's what they're banking their dollars on.
Well, Kasim, let me say it. I think that's a naive kind of thing to say. No, well, let me take that back. I don't want to go that strong. It's still people making a choice. So whether it's visible or not, affirmative action won't be there as a matter of record, but they're going to have their own metric on who they're going to give that to, not based just on academics. They're just not going to publicize what that metric is, because it is going to be a metric. So Mike, when you said affirmative action, are you trying to think you were leaning towards they might try to start excluding people again?
There's no
Yeah,
more
remember
federal
that they basically repealed.
No, I'm talking about by race. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with that part. I really do. I think that the universities are going to start to be. They're gonna protect their algorithm. They're gonna protect their metric on who they let in, because that's the only difference between affirmative action, because that was a federally mandated thing.
Yeah.
But they always have their own internal
But
metric.
it's not just because of that issue only.
They just do. So that's what they're going to do. They're not going to just go back to just putting white people in.
I know, but
No, I'm not even saying it by race specifically. What I think they're doing is if people know that they can't, that there are a few different criteria. I think this is one of those moves that if people get accepted to your school,
right,
knowing that they are just going to take out loans to go to the school, it increases the admission of people. It can also, in a way, bring down the prestige of the school. Let's take it out of Ivy League, right? Because the more people, if they're giving you a quota that you must admit a certain amount of qualified individuals of a certain race, you will have more of those people applying, and you have to let them in. So now, if you're going to do the metric that we're only giving out grants, remember, grants can go through several different types of organizations. You can create the criteria in which people can get those grants. So it's like a backwards way of excluding who you want to exclude.
Okay.
And I get it, but I think it's more to that, because not because of the affirmative act could be the case. Let's not forget the educational scandal when they have all these rich people had their dumbass kid get admitted to the school and they know their grade was not even on par for them getting admitted.
The legacy admittance.
Yeah, that part, because I find it very disrespectful. You have people who bust their ass to get great grade to get in these particular school, but you let a dumbass kid who could never not get into that, and that's why I still hate Trump.
Well,
He was
so
a perfect example.
When the legacy, but you realize that's what was under attack, though. The legacy admission was under attack as well, with all these documentaries coming out about it and the Harvard backdoor policy and all of that. That's what they're trying to protect. College is not about education at that level. It's about access. That's all they want their kids to have. Like that's where the next senators are coming from. That's where the next president is coming from. They know that's what it's about. They're choosing they're choosing to have their child network with the world's best. Right. So
I get it.
Yeah.
There- there's some-
You brought back a really good memory, Figure Mike. I remember when I had went to high school or middle school, Red Bank Regional Middle School, and I remember getting in. I was in the ninth grade, and there were these kids already talking about going to Yale University and Brown University and Stanford University and Duke University. These are they just got in, and they were saying like, yeah, my mom and dad, went, so I'm already a shoo-in. I don't even have to worry about anything. All I have to do is just make my grades, and I'm a shoo-in. And here I am, a little guy from the hood,
Thank you.
struggling and stuff like that. And these guys are already talking about, I had to look these universities up when I got home. Like, damn, like, so these are the schools that they just are just automatically going to. So I think this is where that legacy thing comes in, and it was really, really prevalent, particularly in the Long Branch, Red Bank, New Jersey, which was a very wealthy area,
nice.
It,
I mean,
it's
this
not.
goes
It's
into
not
what I've
just that
said.
alone.
I have said multiple times now that the college expansion model is really what caused a lot of this economic crisis in the United States. Right? You have somebody who went to school, their parents sent them to school, they made it such a proud moment. They were never really competitive there. They get out into the job market, they're not competitive. They get a decent job to pay back the loan, but they can't get a house because of their debt to income ratio. There's too many of those people now.
Right.
Yes.
Too many of those people now. So,
True.
But
go ahead.
but not. But
That
to me, I
for
think
the
it's much
most
deeper
part,
than that.
like y'all mentioned, you can say it's probably about 10 to 15 schools that are preparing students to go out and lead the United States. Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Cornell, Stanford, those type of schools. Everybody else is just going to college to continue to pay into the United States debt
Well, yeah.
and pay taxes.
I was gonna say at the legislative level, it's usually the Ivy League and the C-suite level of the biggest corporations, but most of the world is run by the Baylor, the Duke, the University of Texas stuff. And you want to hear something that I read in that same article? Baylor University has a bigger endowment than all of those Ivy League schools, every single one of them. And when my wife asked me, she does that. She's a really smart lady. Well, our kids, where do you think they're gonna go? And she mentioned those Ivy League schools. I was like, I guarantee you, as somebody who's worked in this system in Texas, a doctor who went to Harvard that comes to work in, let's say, Houston Methodist, right? A world or MD Anderson Cancer Center, a world-renowned medical institution. The University of Texas student is as prestigious as the Harvard University student in Texas. In Texas, these Texas schools are like Ivy League schools. In Texas, I said, so if our child says they want to go to UT Austin or Baylor, I ain't saying nothing because that's Harvard to me. If they choose to stay in this area, it's just as prestigious.
But here's the thing, like you said, a lot of students may want to and aspire to go to all of these top schools, but one, they have to make the grade. They have to make the grade. And now that they've sort of repealed that affirmative action, it's going to be a lot of top tier students in these public schools who are going to just end up at your typical state school. And that's going to, it sounds like, okay, because most of us are just graduating college just to get a job, pay bills, and you paying back student loans, paying into the United States economy. You're not really creating generational wealth after your 4-year degree. You spend 25 years, 30 years paying that off. So it's not really helping the individual really to go to college in the near future. It's not. To go to a typical university. Now, here's another thing.
Hey, excuse me for a second. I gotta split Trigger Mike. I'll see you guys later, man. I gotta do something for the wife. Later.
Biden, during COVID, I think right after he allowed you to go to any 2-year school for free. A lot of students didn't take advantage of that. You could go for free. You can get 2 years of free and still get your FAFSA, still get any scholarship that you can get. I think a lot of people misunderstand scholarships because you can apply for 500 scholarships. You can get $200,000 worth of scholarships. There's no limit on scholarship amount that you can get. And a lot of people don't fill out the scholarships, so they end up owing. But hell, they give scholarships for height, your fucking fingernails, your hair. They give all kinds of dumb scholarships. Yep. A lot of people don't fill them out, and they think the school name, outside of those top tier schools, you can go to any school and your degree is just as valid as at a HBCU as it is at fucking University of Oregon.
And that's the way I've always looked at it. If you're not competitive,
no, you have not been for over 2 decades.
If you're not competitive enough to get a scholarship, you shouldn't be at the school. That's who college is for. And people take personal offense to that. But one thing you have to remember about college is you can go at any time. So if you aren't competitive right out of high school and you join in the workforce as an electrician, but you really admire what the electrical engineer is doing, and he's teaching you some stuff on the side, and you say, I now understand all of this to where I can go to college and be competitive to become an electrical engineer, then you go to college for that. You see what I'm saying?
I think that the problem in that area, let me tell you why I say that. Working in MTA and all my other tech job, I know that's something that I have been thinking out for a while. There are people who got a degree outside the country, and they're showing that their level of education surpass the education in this country. I know that people from the U.S. studying outside the country, and they're telling me the same exact thing. Like, it's almost like a lot of the university in America is not competitive no more, because when you allow a lot of these people who grade level is not working in the type of school, and you have people who are considered to be geniuses have to be in the same class where they do first, it looked kind of like a downplay compared to those who went to China, Germany, and all the top level tech university in these other countries and learned something completely different. 'Cause I met a guy who got a degree, I think from either Germany or from I forgot what European country, and he was pissed off that when he came back to this country, or he came to this country and showed his degree, they were trying to downplay his degree level, but yet his expertise and his skill would surpass his boss and his boss, and he had to tell them how to do their job. But he under them. So I started to look at it like there's something not right here in that picture.
That happens a lot.
Entity and I'm glad you said that. We work a lot of multiple companies, and you see these foreign people who have stronger degree than the one they have here in the U.S., and you see the level of education they have. You start to question, what are they teaching in the university that these people from outside the country are well equipped than the one here?
Yes. You know, I can give a little bit of context. Go ahead, Ethan. No, go ahead, Ethan.
Yeah, the reason why they do that is because number one is bureaucracy. Number two is advertisement, because they want to make it feel like United States hegemony. You see what I'm saying? But the most important reason, or number one reason why they do it, is because of money. It comes down to money. They are trying to, everything to United States is money. So they're trying to get more money out of your hands. So they make you pay for something you don't need, something you've already studied in a different country, something you already mastered, something you know how to apply. But to just put you down through one hell of getting at least 10,000, 20,000 from you. So check this out, 10,000, 20,000 times how many thousand people? That's $1 billion. That's $2 billion. That's $3 billion. But the thing is this, like I was trying to say earlier, but I wanted you guys to finish talking, is this. When it comes to affirmative action is not for university. All this affirmative action that they have for university, even the implementation of affirmative action and also the reversal of it, they're never for university. The impact of affirmative action is supposed to be at the workplace, because most white people don't go to college. You see what I'm saying? Most white people don't go to. If he goes to college or doesn't go to college, he's still going to get a job at Lockheed Martin. He's still going to be your supervisor with your masters. The white guy without college is still going to be your supervisor. So that's where affirmative actions impact is supposed to be at the workplace. Go to conventions in this country that involves high-tier companies, right? Like Helicopter, Lockheed, all these companies. Look at the top management level. They are all white. And almost half of them have no university degree. They've been doing this since I came to this country. They've been doing it before I came to this country. They've been doing it for all the 50, 60 years of affirmative action. They applied affirmative action to where it didn't need to be, which is university, because they know it requires brain to be there. But jobs don't require brain. You can be trained. That is why I still love that Nigerian pattern of yesteryears, which is when a man has 5 children, a man and a woman have 5 children, they take the most smartest one and put him in college. They take the dumbest one and keep at home.
You really believe that, Janae? Really?
Hey,
He's not lying. I'm sorry.
if you're not
He's
smart,
not
you won't be strong. Listen, and
He's
look,
not lying.
look, before he even goes, it's really no bearing. Yes, there is prestige in education, but that dumb one's still going to be competent in something. You're not letting him have lofty dreams that he's going to go off to college and beat everybody there. No, you don't have what it takes. You're gonna learn how to farm. You're gonna learn how to do all. So you're gonna serve the community. You can still be successful. You see what I'm saying? You can still be successful, but not there. And I love that realism.
That
that some parents have. Now I've noticed. I mean, I have to tell you because I'm in higher education. People send their children that are not going to be competitive. I'm not going to call them dumb. They're not going to be competitive here. And where we really need to tell the truth, their habits follow them. Their bad habits made it hard for them in high school. Do you think those habits change once they get to college? No. They don't change at all. I'm a director. I get all these higher level requests that aren't really higher level requests. Let me tell you these bad habits. Procrastination, number 1 habit. Most of the people that are requesting all of these services, they have problems with time management. That's it. They don't need tutoring. They disguise it as tutoring, or I'm not following the material. They'll blame the instructor. They're projecting. They all project. I'll go look at it. The instructor sent them material they never read. The instructor gave them instructions they never followed, but yet they want to file a complaint on the instructor, not knowing that I can go in the LMS and act as the instructor to see all the correspondence they had. This person sent you stuff every day for you to read. You never read it, but you say you're failing because of them, and they won't elaborate on the topic. Like, it's crazy. But those habits came from high school, right? The No Child Left Behind. All you got to do is complain, and they're gonna give you a passing grade. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. So,
but why do you think? But Trigger Mike, why do you think they even started that No Child Left Behind?
There's a lot of reasons.
Let me think on it. That listen. That is the same. No Child Left Behind is a part of the same wave as the participation trophy era. It's a part of the same wave. It's about securing a feeling for children that they aren't inadequate, even though they actually are. That's what it's about.
That's one part of it.
Instead of putting instead of doubling down on the parents, they wanted to give a feeling to the children. Like, you're supposed to get in the parents' face to say, this is about the totality of the student experience. You are supposed to be helping. We can dedicate more resources. We can leave the school open till 9 p.m. if y'all want to come here. And we can. They have they got YMCA tutors. Have you ever noticed that most places people are asking for help but not using the resources that are available?
I know.
Yeah.
There are tons of resources available. They don't even use those. They just want somebody to change the grade. the teacher was unfair. They didn't return my call. They'll blame everybody, but they won't go to the resource to get the child actual help to remediate or relearn, because calling a student remedial hurts their feelings.
Trey, what you think?
Look at it this way too. You see, lobbyists are the most smartest people in America, and I'll tell you why. They've been trying to do this No Child Left Behind for a long time. But as soon as the dumbest president in the United States showed up, right, they brought it to his desk.
And he came from.
And guess what? And it was the dumbest president in the United States that made that thing to come to pass.
But that was Bush, right?
Yeah.
That was Bush.
Because guess what? The lazy ass parents that don't want to teach their kids because they don't have the background. You got to understand one thing. I got to tell you guys one thing. When we look at parents, we think they are very smart. But then we forget our parents were some of those dumb people in our classrooms when we were growing up. They are parents today.
Are you who, sir?
Yeah.
And then what they do, basically, when they start having kids, they want to act like they're smart because their kids are kids. And
like
then they don't want to be like,
I'll be like, your mom, like, who's the kid, mom? Teresa from around the way? Oh, shit. I know why he's
because you know his mom was dumb, his dad was dumb.
Well, here the other side of it, this is a trend that's known in public school system. A lot of immigrant kids who come from overseas will super excel in the kids who were born here. Either Japanese or Korean, the Middle Eastern, especially African, like Nigerian. Because let's be honestly real, when they come over here, they don't want to get picked on the more because they excel in academic the most. They're not procrastinating because their parents have that invisible whip. If you come back home with a B, you have a problem. My class was a Japanese. He had a B plus. That was not good enough because his parents want an A and A plus, not A minus. So you understand how that feels when you have parents who push the level of excellence on their kid, and they're foreign kids, they're not from here. Took a mic doing it. Nigerian kid, we are forced to not to fail. If you fail, failing not an option.
Get your ass
You have
whooped.
to supersede. There you go.
I'm just, one of my last jobs, I worked in Indianapolis public schools and high schools. Now, what I found out,
I know you want to knock somebody ass out there.
No, that's the place to be, man. If you want to help save lives, you get into high schools. And
disagree. You get into elementary school. I disagree.
You change the dynamic of a young boy, young girl's life who's looking for somebody to say you are great and you can do it. That's just my experience. Now, everybody can't be me.
It's all yeah, you're right.
I worked in Chicago public schools for 10 years.
God, give this man a medal. What the? You in the war zone?
You better ask about me in Chicago, South Side, West Side. Shout out to Orr High School. Shout out to
this man for Presidential Medal of Freedom. Goodness gracious.
Hey, Douglas High School, Marshall. Shout out to all that. But I'm just saying, okay, so when students come to America, they have a sense of urgency to say, I have to be successful. So they're going to put in the work. The problem is sometimes that when they go to some schools, they're going to be picked on based off being smart. They're going to be those that adopt the American culture, they struggle. But those that continue to try to hold on to their culture, they do fairly well. Even in the school I was at, they had African, they had Filipinos, they had South American, a few Haitians. A lot of those students, they put in the work to be successful. Unfortunately, in America, it goes back to this No Child Left Behind. I think it was Bush, the second Bush. What it did is, this is the dynamic that we seeing in our adult streets today. You have students that were placed, like men, there's men, a lot of men and women that were placed on that medication as a child. You may take it up to about freshman year in high school. Then you realize I ain't taking this shit no more. But you still have that label on your back because the only way you can get that off is a doctor has to take you off the medicine. A lot of people choose to stop taking it, but they'll go through life with that label still on their back. And then those people start having children because a lot of them was ADHD. They was pushing this shit out there, and the mothers was going for it because that's money. If you own like welfare, pretty much, your child have a 1 or 2 incidents of behavior. Instead of finding the root of the problem, they'll just put them on welfare, and the mother has to sign off on it. She has to sign off on it. Because she's not going to change her lifestyle. She's not going to sign them up for soccer, sign them up for swimming. 2 of the best ways to knock out all that ADHD stuff to get your child running. That's why you see all the white women out there let their kids just run. They don't even be watching the game. Just run your ass out. And that's what it does. But I ain't sweating out my weave and I ain't sitting out in no sun because I don't like bugs. That's all I'm going to say. But then 20 years later, when you get that No Child Left Behind, that means whether he can read at grade level or not, we're going to pass him on. That seemed okay in the 2nd, 3rd grade, but now he's out of high school. He still hasn't learned how to read. He still struggles with communication, teamwork, those qualities that you need to work most jobs. They still struggle with that. So now I can eliminate a whole group of adults just based off the fact that I've passed them along. It's almost like every student is a star basketball player, or football player, and they ain't even in class. So now they out here adults now, and these are the ones that's really wreaking havoc. But they have children now. They don't get none of that.
Trey, let me ask you this. Do you think that it would have been an incentive for them to tie in a child if a parent was receiving on welfare and stuff like that? Do you think it would have been beneficial for one of the guidelines is for if you're receiving these benefits that your child has to have a certain grade level and a certain GPA? Do you think that would have encouraged more individuals to take those benefits or discouraged them to do it?
I think it should have been like me. I've always said it, that if a mother, a parent receives AFDC, that means that you're already working limited hours. So you're pretty much part-time because you can't work full-time and qualify. I've always said that it should be a requirement that the parent spends at least 5 to 10 hours a week at the school. You can do 2 things with that. One, you can curb your child's behavior and sort of be there in the time of incidents, but also provide resources for parents to sort of get to a better space, because a lot of parents struggle with reading, and also so that could help them in a sense, because we all, just like if we all are in that space, we can support each other. There may be something that I'm good at that you're not good at, and now we can support each other to get to a better space. Unfortunately, there's no incentive. Only incentive for a parent to
I'm
have
going to tell you guys.
Hold on. You're making a good case.
But it has to be something to where you hold the parent responsible. You also have to provide some resources within the schools. When I was in the school, this is my last thing, I used to do what they called respect for home, respect for school, respect for the community. And this was a workshop for parents. And everybody would be in groups. I do the little icebreaker or whatever. And first of all, I would have a list of 10 questions, and you have to stand on one side of the line. And as I go down asking you these questions, you either step over the line or not. Do you cook a well-balanced meal 3 to 5 days a week? Did your child go to bed before 10 o'clock? Are you monitoring your behavior around the child? Meaning, do you smoke marijuana around the child? Do you drink around your child? A lot of these things, you sort of have to just keep the child out of. And you'll be surprised on the numbers, how when I ask the question, if I got 15, 20 parents, at least 12 to 14 of them are step over the line like, yeah, I'm smoking.
Damn it.
Make it 17 if you
you have to, and see that, but sometimes a lot of parents I found out wasn't really aware of their behavior. You know what I'm saying? So, and then once I brought it to start bringing to their attention, because they had to do an assignment also to say, okay, list things. If there's respect in the home, what do you see in the home? If there's no respect in the home, what do you see? If there's respect in the school, what do you see? No respect. So they go down that list and they have to come up with a list of 3 to 5 for each one. And then your list may be similar, but it may be a little different. And now the thing, once we get all this, because everybody will get a copy of it. Now, when you go home, you practice that, and then are you done practicing? Some people, well, I'm just here. But then when we have the follow up, now you can share how it benefited you or your lack of hurt you. But then the children are introduced later, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Because I always understood that once you bring the child into something, you have to bring the parent into it too. Because that's why a lot of people be like, man, it's so hard, because you tell the child something for 5 or 6 weeks, but you ain't told the parent nothing. The parent just moving on normal. But then once you bring them together and the parent can start seeing how they can help or just being more engaged, it changes the whole dynamic of the student's outlook. The parent is more positive speaking, because a lot of times parents say you ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, everybody ain't shit, because they dealing with they holding on to that pain. But a lot of times when the student starts saying that the parents support,
you said last thing you say about 4 minutes ago.
But I'm just saying,
he was gonna.
so much, man.
But he's saying a lot though.
You are a wealth of knowledge on this. We're gonna do a.
He,
he was cooking now.
We just have to, try to find a way to connect the student and the parent. And I think
you know what I'm hearing from you though. Because a lot of men don't really characterize it like this. You gotta be the father in the school, man. That's what's missing. You got to be these kids' father figure in the school.
The father or the uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you really look at it, that's what they're looking for.
My first
job,
back ago. How y'all these father came together to one particular school in the South, because there was so much fight going on. When these fathers showed up, it changed the whole dynamic. How they operate. And that's what's missing, because
fathers don't get a chance. Fathers don't get a chance. Mothers don't let fathers know when school meetings are. A lot of this stuff. Most fathers, when they get a chance,
the other thing that I heard you say, Trey Ferg, you basically made a case for intact family. That's everything you said.
Yeah, basically.
When you said resources, when you said time,
that was it right there.
Every time you said, I was like, "Yep, intact family." That's why it's not happening. The family's not intact. I couldn't believe it. When instructors, teachers were telling me that the parents fight to a degree where they don't tell each other about the child's problems. And let's go deeper into this. There needs to be law and legislation and things passed to where the school has to communicate with both parents. I understand why the mothers, because they're the ones who have custody, not even trying to blame them. They take it personal, because sometimes relaying it to the father is like they're relaying their own failure. It's not really about the kid. They're looking at it like, oh, now he got something on me. He might use this to take the kids from me. You see, so the school doesn't understand that the school's looking at it like, of course she would tell him. Why would she tell him? No, this is a hot button issue that could be used against her in court.
Yes.
Right?
Question: Are they going to pass that law?
So now the law, since they want to put their nose in it anyway, needs to put some in there like, this is not something that to be used against parents. This is about what's in the best interest of the child. Since they always want to use the best that terminology. Both parents being involved in the child's activities, both parents showing up for parent-teachers conferences, even if it's virtual, you make sure both parents are there so they can both hear the issues going on with the student. So whoever's better to facilitate or fix the problem can intervene.
I got something to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You want to go first before me?
No, because when I'm hearing that law in my head, I feel there's a loophole issue, because it may be like conflict of interest with the child custody issue, child support issue, who should we have this thing of the child, because that sounds like a great idea. Don't get me wrong. But knowing you have vindictive mothers in this country today, they will make any way possible to make sure the father stay out. And let's not forget, black men on field is a football court, and he mentioned how these mothers like to tell the coach, "Don't let the father come talk to my son this when I'm not around X, Y, and Z." I look at the whole big picture. You pass such a law, don't want to try to fight against that. Because last I checked, the laws of this country don't support fathers to be in their child life. Am I wrong?
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is, though. They won't fight against it. They won't fight against it. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Dave. That fight is a dumb fight. You don't fight against father's involvement. You do it on the sly. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. Right now, they're getting away with having loopholes not to keep the father involved for personal reasons, for their own ego, for their own personal reasons. When things are put on the out front, women, especially moms, know how dumb it sounds to fight against fathers being involved. You got to
They
do
don't
it in
care.
the background. Yeah, you got to do it in
But
the
they don't
background. You
care
got to
these
do it on
days.
the
They're being
fly.
bold with it now.
But
Yeah,
Trigger
they
Mike,
won't fight against it openly in public. They won't do that. No. So,
Right,
Trigger
because
Mike.
it negates their argument of the picture that they painted that parent as being bad and horrible. Right. So here is an initiative for this parent to show good faith. And you if you go against that, it's like, wait a minute, then your argument of him being a deadbeat can't hold no weight because
and
you know,
remember, yep. And remember, the mandate is the father has to be.
yeah.
You or look like a negligent, like this is what I'm saying. The word that really stems from, we use the word abuse too often when what really goes on in these child's lives is neglect.
You're right.
It's neglect. I'm telling you right now, children that are malnourished, that are fed McDonald's every day, that's child neglect.
Right.
It can't be
Yes.
child abuse. It's if you're if the doctor told you your child is gaining too much weight, they have the cholesterol of a 50-year-old adult male who
That's
don't
right.
give a damn about his body. Continuing to do that could be abuse, yes, but it happens
I
because
see
of
that.
neglect.
I saw that in
The
the Emma
father, yeah,
Hospital.
if the father is being told that, hey, the mother is reporting when you're around, the children behave and they're disciplined, and you can get them to do their homework, but you rather go smash your new girlfriend. I'm telling them that they can say, if we mandate you to be at these meetings, if we told your job you can be there, and then you not there on Zoom for the child, call that shit neglect. That's what I'm saying. Do it both ways. Anybody who is not participating to the mandated level that we say
I
is
agree with
is
that. Yeah, I
neglecting
agree
the
with that.
child.
Trigger
That's
I
what
Mike.
agree with that.
Trigger
I
Mike.
got something to say.
But here's the problem, though.
Uh-oh.
One, you're going to have to verify that you are the father. So that's going to have to
First and
involve
foremost, let's
See,
get that out of the way.
see, there you
because
go. There you go.
you have
Ooh.
to. Because in a case of like foster care child, if something happens to the mother, even though I say I'm the father, now I have to actually verify. I'm going to have to get the DNA test, right?
I,
I feel
So
like, yeah,
I,
once the
I'm
DNA
gonna,
test,
I'm gonna,
go ahead.
I'm gonna push back on that, Mr. Trey.
You have to, man.
Yeah,
He can
yeah. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna push back on that. You guys know that I'm an advocate of DNA testing, right? But the reason why I'm going to push back on that is
sound
this:
like it
if
right now,
you
though.
mandate DNA, is that what?
It doesn't sound like it right now, so I want
No,
to
you
hear
don't
this.
No,
at all.
yeah. That is the only place where I'm going to be against DNA testing. This is the only exception, and I'll tell you why.
Put it on the big
Huh? Huh?
No, go ahead.
put
Go
it
ahead.
on the big
I don't know why
screen.
you would push back on the DNA.
No, the reason why I'm going to push back on the DNA is this, right? If you say there's going to be a mandatory DNA, half of the fathers will not show up because they're going to think that would trigger child support. Remember, DNA test is done. DNA, once you take a DNA of a child, it triggers automatic child support. So half of the men will run away. That's why I say this is the only place where I'm going to say no DNA. Just do the job.
But
Nah,
it
that's
Because
won't.
guys will.
so that is for the people in the wild that have not confirmed paternity of their children. What can
That's
happen
what I'm saying.
what can happen going forward is that mandatory DNA testing for all children. So remember,
That,
for every man that will run, we are now finding out that for children that are tested, 30% of them aren't the father when they test.
That's right. Yeah.
So that we're making the case that just as many men that will run to evade child support are already on child support and they ain't a father. Some of them are in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But there are also a lot of men that haven't taken that DNA test, and that's the problem. Because what I'm trying to say is this, right? The only way I can support this program is if they say taking this test for this purpose does not trigger automatic child support, then I'll be like, okay, let's go for it.
But
And then if
they're not doing that, fam. They're not doing that. They're not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to do that, but if they can do that, that's good for the kid because it's all about the child, right? And also give the man incentive and say, okay, if child support applies, the government will at least help to incentivize you by paying up to a certain percentage of your child support if you show up every day in this child. Because this country destroys billions of dollars every year. They can pay a lot of this child support up to 80%. So if they can incentivize the father, just like they've been incentivizing the mother for the past 70 years, right? So incentivize the fathers, right? Then you see all these children will turn out very good. Then number two, this is what I want to say. Number two, so I can give it back to you, Trey.
I can agree with that because let's be real.
Yeah, I'm going to say one thing and then I'll give it back to you, Trey. The second thing is this. When it comes to children going to school, parents teaching kids, this is how we did it in Nigeria and it's perfect. If it can be implemented here, it will be great. In Nigeria, we have what we call after school program. When school get off at 2 o'clock, kids go home. Between 4 and 5, kids go back to where we call lesson. We call it lesson. That's our local definition for that's phrase for that. So we call it lesson. The reason why we call it lesson is because it's not done in school. Some schools allow people to come back. Some schools say no, kids go back because Nigeria have done experimental test on after school program. They found out that after school program right at school is not good for students because after 6 hours of school, human brain automatically starts shutting down. Anything after 6 hours, they're not learning shit anymore.
My brain shut down after about 2. So you got
yeah, exactly. So if you keep kids past 6 hours in school, there is nothing that they're learning anymore. So they will go home and come back after 5 p.m., after 4 p.m. So between 4 and 5, they start going back to that 2-hour program. So the 2-hour program is where they will do only 2 classes a day. And it's done 4 to 5 days a week. So it's not the parents that are teaching, but the parents are paying for private tutors. So each parent is responsible. If you want your child to be good in school, you're going to go hire a school teacher. And this school teacher might teach about 20 kids. And that's called after school program. And it's only good for 2 hours. That's why you see the failing students end up getting good. I went through that program. CBN went through that program. It's a standard in Nigeria. All of us went through that program.
Here's the problem when I did that program.
I
was in the 7th grade.
Your country, I can see that work. In America, you better not let no student out of school at 2:20 and say, go home an hour and come back. You're going to have a whole bunch of chaos on your damn hands. You let those students leave that school ground, they ain't coming back. They're not coming back. They go run the streets to 6 o'clock and show back up with Mama Gray come pick them up. Like, where you been? I was here because they're gonna be outside waiting like they've been there. No, that shit not work.
You know what's gonna happen where I went to where my high school at? Pregnant girls all over the damn place. What were y'all doing between hours of 3 and 6?
Yeah.
No, that's where. But a mother, if her child is struggling, she'll never admit that it's her fault. Most of them would never admit it.
It's hard
because
to
they
admit.
look at it as a failure. You cannot get them to look at it as a failure. Now, this is me, because I worked in foster care too in Chicago. When a child is born, if a child goes into foster care, they're going to have, I used to do a can search. You're going to have to send out a letter to everybody who's potential name of that father. And you send out a letter. That's the first thing. And whoever responds, some send it back, say, nah, it ain't me. Some send it back that it's me. If you admit that it's you, you come in, right? Now, father, your child is either going to go into foster care or you can take custody of your child. Now, right? That father is awarded all the rights that mother would be awarded if he's the primary guardian. Now, if you let your child go into foster care, you still are required to pay child support. Oh, I'll take custody of my child, sir, for $100.
Yes.
Got it, right? Now, and we know that the results of when fathers are engaged full time, a child has a better likelihood to come out okay. Not saying that they're gonna go on and be all this great, but at least they have a good chance of getting out of high school, avoiding the law, or getting all kinds of trouble if he's an engaged father. Now, as far as school is concerned, it has, and that's why I say a DNA test, because you want to be the first right of refusal. Some guys, they don't want to be father, they're like, fuck it, but some guys want to be in their child's life, and it gives the child a sense of confidence, competence, and courage when the father is engaged and the father shows up at the school. It's going to be a whole different personality when your father looking at your ass in the cafeteria being a clown. You're going to change that dynamic. When you look over and see your daddy with them big ass shoulders standing in the doorway of your third grade classroom, you're going to sit your ass down. So it's a different dynamic. So you have to sort of put that mandate on the father, but it also alleviates a lot of extra from the father. He's going to take pride in. Most fathers will take pride in that. Now, if he's getting, like the mothers, they get all these incentives, but they're not using those incentives to push the child forward. That's why you see this type of deviant behavior by age 14, 15, 16, because mothers, they're not as engaged. Not all, but it's enough to see the dynamic that we see in the schools.
Once again,
so if you want the son to be, if you want the father to be,
once again, Trey,
intentionally do that, but it hurts the child.
So here's the problem. Let's push the conversation forward, because I gotta end about to go eat some lunch. I was supposed to do 2 hours. It's 2 hours 16 minutes, but let's do this because moms know we've been beating up shit. I've been beating up moms for about five years straight, but it's not even what they can or can't do. It's what they're not supposed to do. The damn show we're never supposed to do it alone. The single family model itself is struggling, meaning dad, mom, child. Two parents, barely enough. So one is not enough. The mom is not the traditional disciplinarian of the family. Children sit still and respond accordingly to their father's presence, meaning mother is most effective when dad is there. So getting compliance, right, is already out of the question for most moms. So it's not even, that's why I'm now not even like what they can or can't do. I'm in the spirit of letting them know this is why you need to stay close to your man. This is why you need to choose a suitable, you need to choose a suitable man that you will not easily consider leaving for the sake of your children. When you think of the word mother, it is what it is supposed to mean, firstly and foremostly, doing what is best for your children, staying close, staying tied, staying married to your children's father is what's best for them. That's why, listen, that's why if we're just going to be real, that's why most men won't divorce you even though they don't like your ass no more. They just doing what is best for their children. They're staying close. They know if they're not there, this whole thing falls into disarray. So I'm just going to deal with your bullshit for a little bit longer because these children need me, right? So mothers got to be the same way. I know we advocate for healthy, happy marriages always, healthy, happy relationships that are functional, but most people are doing duty to their children. I still don't see anything wrong with that either. All right, so I got to get out of here, y'all, man. Thanks for y'all coming through today. I'm gonna do these shorter shows because sometimes in my head I think I don't have 3 hours, I don't got 4 hours. Sometimes I got an hour and a half, I got 2. So we're gonna do this excellent talk on the topic. Trey is definitely getting me in the spirit of doing something about education and what we need to do on that. Deacon, you got something?
They need you, bro.
Yeah, I got something. I'm gonna continue where you stop. Trigger Mike on Sunday at 7 p.m. So if you guys want to come on the program on Sunday at 8 p.m. and 7 p.m., let's continue. So what I'm going to discuss is this, right? I put up Ebony K's picture, but what I'm trying to discuss is career and family. So I'm trying to discuss career, how women put career first, if they can mix career and family. So if they can mix career and family, it's going to be disastrous. So I want us to have a discussion like this, but we're also going to continue in this subject that we discussed today. So then the next program, you can carry it on to Trigger Mike, but I want us to, discuss stuff like this.
What
So if you
time are
guys
you
can
going to do that, Ikene, on Sunday?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
I think I'm on CBN. Do you have the link? I'm on my cell phone. I can't be able to post a link.
I may have
If
to
you have
put
the
a link
link,
because my laptop
yeah.
active. I think that was my motherboard
Yeah.
downstairs. but
Also,
I didn't
post it
put
in
so.
the chat for when the broadcast is over. Most of my watchers come after the show's over, so post it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the chat, but I'm just gonna put
Post it in the comments. In the comments.
Exactly.
All right.
So okay.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through today.
My motherboard.
Check y'all next time.
Yeah, man, be good.
Kasim, everybody that came through, Ashton, Payne. All right, y'all. It was a good show. Yeah. The algorithm is gonna pick me back up again, let people know, put my show in the rotation. But this is a good show, good topic. Let me go get me some lunch because I got a meeting pretty soon. So I'll holler at y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. It's Trigger Mike Show as always. I'm out.